Please welcome past President Wayne Snyder.
Good morning. Man, life is a highway. I was just in the back speaking to our keynote speakers, and they were saying what a great event this is and how nice it is to have so many people involved this year when the economy is hurting a little bit like it has been. But here's a little bit of truthfulness, sometimes not so good. I told him that if DBAs want to have a meeting, there's going to be a meeting. You don't need to fight that stuff because it's going to happen. Oh man, we've been together about 10 years now. And I remember in 1999, when SQL 7, I believe it was coming out, the way we could get help is with the news groups. And it's not like it is now for those of you that are young, back in the old days. You have your news group reader, and it was the only thing that was available, but Lord, I needed it badly. Having come from a mainframe background, if it hadn't been for the volunteer work of a couple of very generous news group leaders and answering my beginner questions, I would have not been successful in my job. And that's the point of PASS. That's why we're here. PASS is founded on the principle that we do better as a community when we can help one another, connect, share, and learn. And that's the purpose of all of this. And while the news groups were great 10 years ago, we have so much better ability to talk to one another and find out what does work really well and what doesn't work so good and what you should avoid. Don't do that. It's going to hurt you. So let's take a look. I'm going to give you some numbers. The summit registrations you see on the left, that was from 2007. And in 2008, we had, I believe it was a 70% growth, 60 or 70% growth. The biggest conference we had ever had in 2008, ever. Folks coming to us, and then the economy went. We were worried. We were worried. So we try to set budgets, try to figure out how much money can be funneled back into the community. So we set a budget that we thought was an optimistic. We figured if other conferences are down 20, 30, 40, 50%, our goal is 15% down from last year. If we can make that, if our community can muster to that goal, that will be a good goal to achieve. But in fact, we are around 9% from our biggest conference ever in this year. We are this far away from matching the biggest conference we've ever had. That is amazing. And in large part, this is due to the tremendous efforts, not only of each of you, but of the marketing team led by Bill Graziano and the operations team with Judy Christensen and all of the fine folks that work with her. So here's the distribution. Where are you guys from? We have attendees from 45 countries this year, all over the world. It's wonderful to see you all. Together at lunch at the Birds of a Feather. Ask questions. I'll mention some more about that in just a minute. 42% of you are here for the first time. And to those 42% who are here for the first time, I would like to ask you a question. I think it's a fair question. And I do this in the most generous, honest, and welcoming way. Where the heck have you been for 10 years? But welcome. You're going to find that once you've attended the sessions this week and you've made your friends, this will be an annual event for you as well. In large part, our tracks are divided roughly equally. 31% of you say you're interested in data warehousing and BI. That's quite a leap, actually. 28% of you are interested most in database administration, so that's a fundamental shift. And then 20% in database and app dev. This week, we have over 400 Microsoft representatives in attendance. 400. They're everywhere. And that's a great thing. We have a common goal. They cannot be successful with SQL Server unless you are successful with SQL Server. We share a goal. We're here to do the same thing. So I encourage you to seek these people out. They're executives, they're product managers, developers, SQL CAD and CSS team. You can't miss a SQL CAT person. Thanks, guys. Welcome. The engineers, the product marketing members as well. This year, we're also pleased to welcome 98 of the SQL Server MVPs to the conference this year. So the folks are here, the folks who are willing to share their best practices, the folks who are willing to help you be successful with the product and with your projects at your work. Wonderful thing. Here's the slide. Where is the slide? Yeah, there. PASS has been growing so much. The product is growing. I don't know how we can hardly help but grow with it. Let me show you some more of the details. Chapter growth. Mentioned earlier that one of the few ways that we could talk to one another and share experiences was with the news groups 10 years ago. Now chapters is a major part of that. We have chapters in over, I think we had 75 chapters, in 2007. In 2008, we had a 60% jump to 130 chapters. And in 2009, roughly 200 chapters. So almost anywhere you can go and meet with your peers, ask questions, develop your SQL Server skills, your professional skills, your speaking skills. And that is an important thing. And if there's not a chapter near you, and you are interested in bonding with those of your peers in your local area, you too can form a chapter. I would like to thank Jorge Segarra for his mapping work. PASS is a volunteer-run organization. Without a volunteer like Jorge, you probably see a bar chart or something. So we love pictures. Pictures are good. Bar charts are good too. Bar charts are good. We like pictures. Last April, PASS had an extremely successful event in Europe. It was in Europe. It was run by the Europeans, and that's what we wish to do. Local folks need to make local decisions about how they can best help themselves, how you can help yourself and your peers better. It is a wonderful event. If you ever want to combine a vacation with a little bit of work or do some sort of tax, if you ever want to merge vacation with work, I would strongly encourage you to go to the European conference. As you can see, Donald Farmer is almost always there. You'll be hearing more about next year's European conference very soon. In the past, we've had the thing called SIG, Special Interest Groups. We have renamed those because apparently we weren't describing what their purpose in life is. So now they're called virtual chapters. A virtual chapter is like an actual physical chapter, right? Except you don't have to go there to hear the session. And these things are aligned based on interest. And right now, I believe there are about 12 of these, and here's a list of some of them. And I think that they have had over 40 meetings to date this year. They have 40 or 50 volunteers. There will be new ones announced shortly. And this is a place for you to go to engage those who have similar interests with you. Actual chapters are geography-based. There will be sessions on a wide range of things, whatever you decide is important. Virtual chapters are focus-based. I think I clicked the button. There you go. PASS-sponsored regional events. Our regional events are always without conflict. They're always held with the best intentions, and everybody always gets along, I guess with the exception of Rick Hygas, the gentleman in red who is apparently, I'm not sure apparently what he's doing. But in any case, last year we had 7 events in 7 countries, including a huge event in India. For the energy events that are put on by the chapters last year, PASS helps promote and fund those things. There were 50 events in 12 countries. And beginning this year, we are going to be expanding that in a very, very large way. PASS is going to fund and promote as many local and regional events as we possibly can. Again, that gets us to our goal: share, connect, and learn. I clearly need to go faster. There's a clock in front of me that's ticking down perilously fast.